Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 20 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel. As we are going into the road to Sakura Genesis, as this is going to be a pretty fun tour, I think. As far as it's pretty short, but also we got pretty much everything lined up, ready to go. We don't need to build towards our main event because it's already been decided thanks to Brody Lee winning the New Japan Cup. So we could do some stuff as far as like Disciples of Darkness with Brody against like the Bucks in Bushi. We can do stuff like that. But as far as like as a whole, we don't have to do a whole lot of building, so that's great. As far as the card and whatnot, it is pretty awesome. I think it's got a little bit of everything on there. Especially I think the top like 3 or 4 matches should be really good. As the tour goals, we're still a couple of points away from being big size for the company, which would be great. We also want to finish fixing morale. Really, the big guys we want to fix is Suzuki and Kenta. Everybody else, it's kind of like not really a necessary thing to do, but I think as a whole, it would be a good idea to sway into fixing that. As far as we also bought CMLL, which is it costs about $3 million to buy them out, which that's a lot of money, and that's especially when we're kind of on the fringe as far as we're starting to slowly make some money, and it's just like I just felt like I had to. I didn't want to lose out on CMLL because that's not only buying them, but also using them as a developmental company as well, and being able to bring in Lucha guys in for Fantastica Mania. It just that whole dynamic of being able to bring in guys from CMLL for Fantastic Mania and also throughout, plus sending guys down that we have, sending down Barbera Carbonaro, sending down Carisico if we need to, and sending down Senda de Ora and Kalisto, sending down LA Park and El Hilo de LA Park. We have a good bit of luchadors that we could send down if we're not really using them for the time being, instead of them just kind of waiting around. We can send them down to CMLL. They can get some matches in, and it works out both ways. And plus, now we can really, I feel like, have a better understanding and a really better control if we send a guy down. We send down an excursion young lion to CMLL, and I feel like he'll actually get booked pretty well. Maybe not booked super well at the same time, but I think we'll have a better feeling out process of what they're going to do as far as how they're going to book them. As far as that goes. But yeah, Sierra 1 is also next. 0-1, I think right now we can buy him out. I think we can right now. Let's see. See if we can find. There we go. Yeah, they're at just under $300,000 in the hole, but I'm pretty sure we can buy him out. We can. So that's something that we'll probably wait. I don't know if we'll pillage or take over. I think we'll probably take over, to be honest. Having another place where we can send young lions, and they won't really like. It kind of be weird to do that, but I think that's a really interesting idea. We might just pillage them though, at the same time. It's tough because like 0-1, there's not a whole lot of like we would probably bring in like Shinjiro Otani, Masato Tanaka, probably. That whole, top list there, it's kind of crazy that Nakajima's working there. Eugene was working there, too, and Tsuji. There's a lot of people that I would like. Masashi Takeda would be pretty cool. I don't know why the fuck they hired Cody Hall. They got Adaka, Billy Kid. It's just an interesting group of, veteran guys, but also some actually really good guys in there as well. I can't believe they have Nakajima. Yeah, that's just... I'm not sure exactly when we'll buy him out. Probably wait a little bit. Don't want to wait too long, though, to where it's a big tab if we do buy him out. But, just kind of a couple things down the line. I'm sure a couple of months down the line, that might be an idea. But, yeah, and then we made some small upgrades to New Japan World, which those upgrades aren't really that massive. Really, it's, to places that were never run, so that it's kind of a waste. But that's all, we had a couple of loose change lying around, figured might as well do anything we can to make the company bigger and bigger. It might not have been the smartest investment, but we had some, easy money laying around to be able to improve that. As far as what we're going to do going forward with New Japan World, definitely the big thing we want to do is upgrade Japan. We want to get that from, I think the broadcast right now is small. We want to make that medium so we can really make that jump to big a lot more easier. But yeah, so the card looks a little bit like this for Sakura Genesis, and we have the return of graphics as the opener. As they added some more 7-match trial series, the 4th match in the trial series, Satoshi Kojima, they're going to take on Hayato Tamura. You have the protege mentor aspect to this, and also, Hayato Tamura has had some pretty big matches, in the past couple of just having the New Japan Cup match, and also having him and Eddie Kingston for the trial series. Pretty big, and to have, Satoshi Kojima for his 4th match, pretty awesome. That should be a lot of fun to see how that plays out. Obviously, it being the opener, it's going to be a technical masterclass, but I think it should go over pretty well. The next match is an 8-man of Bullet Club, what remains of Bullet Club, of Kenta, Jay White, Yujiro, and Taiji Shimori against Dark Order, of Evil, Disciples of Darkness with Black Taurus. That should be a lot of fun there, as the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, as, where the hell? I have the graphic for it. There it is. As, it was out of order. So, the, challengers of Roppongi 3K are going to take on the champions of Jonathan Gresham and Daniel Makabe of United Empire. Could be a pretty fun match. Obviously showing, a bit of a staple of the division. And then we have a new team in here of United Empire that have really been kicking ass in Jonathan Gresham and Daniel Makabe. We'll see how that goes moving forward as far as that title match. Should be pretty fun. And then we have a Never Avoid 6-man title matchup of the United Empire, Zack Sabre Jr., Katsuya Kitamura, and Gavin McGavin against Alex Shelley, Jeff Cobb, and Toa Inari of Liberty United. Then we have a tag team matchup, a special tag team matchup of Los Ingobernables de Japón of Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi against Kazuchika Okada and Tomohiro Ishii of Chaos. This is a big-time matchup. You have the Intercontinental Champion in Hiromu Takahashi. You got the U.S. Champion in Kazuchika Okada. And you have, a former New Japan Cup winner and a former Tag Team Champion, Tomohiro Ishii, and a former Never Heavyweight Champion, but also for Tetsuya Naito, of course, the former Heavyweight Champion, and the former Intercontinental Champion. So a man who was at the top of the fucking mountain and is now trying to get back into his footing here after losing the Heavyweight and Intercontinental title in the past couple of months. It's a big-time opportunity here, because let's say he beats Okada. It's a U.S. title match right there. And, he could also bounce back by getting a big win over Tomohiro Ishii, too. A lot going on. Also, Okada or Ishii could beat Hiromu, and we could have a U.S. title versus Intercontinental title, match up there with Okada and Hiromu Takahashi. Of course, that was one of the best matches of the year last year at King of Pro Wrestling, so that would be a fun rematch. Also, if Ishii beats Hiromu, there's an Intercontinental title match right there. A lot of implications there. In the next matchup, it's for the IWGP Tag Team titles. It's Shingo and Sanada of LIJ are going to take on the team of Joe Doring and Shotaro Ashino of Task Force Death. As, this should be very, very fun. With, this should be a pretty good match. Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much, at this point, we're a year in, every title match should be pretty good at this point. Because we've built up a pretty good roster now. And everybody's kind of clicking. But this should be a pretty fun match. Obviously, Shingo and Sanada looking to make a long reign out of this after beating the Young Bucks. In the co-main event for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, Pac and Rey Fenix, Task Force Death members, battling, and now Pac has beaten just about anybody and everybody in that Junior Heavyweight title division. And he himself has been like, hey, I've taken on everybody, but there's one guy I like to face, and that's Rey Fenix's partner in this sense of being the junior tag Task Force Death team since Penta's out. But this should be a very fun match. Obviously, it being the co-main, I think it's going to deliver 10 out of 10 times. And of course, the main event for the IWGP Heavyweight title, the Dark Order leader, the man who just won the New Japan Cup, Brody Lee, looking to take on Kota Ibushi. And this is a big-time matchup for both guys. This will be Ibushi's second title defense. Will it be successful, or will we have a new champion in Brody Lee out of Sakura Genesis? We shall see. As now I gotta kind of get rid of all this. There we go. As yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the episode here. Let's book this first show. As we're in Corkin, I think we'll keep it there. Ishii and Harada, passing on microphone work to Harada. Good stuff there. As just kind of the last Sakura Genesis, the last Road to Sakura Genesis, we had we had an 8-man of Ishii, Okada, Yoshihashi. Oh no, we had a 10-man. It was Ishii, Okada, Yoshihashi, Goto, and Eagles against everybody of LIJ. That's crazy. We had Impact, of course, of Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier against Doki and Desperados, the co-main. That is not a great co-main. That is, I don't know what the hell I was thinking there. But, yeah, there's a lot of not great stuff on that card. I'm glad we have built up in that year time. And I've also been able to run Corkin pretty easily, too. Which is another great sign. So I think really the biggest thing is what we could build going forward. You know, I think having something like an LIJ, maybe Task Force Death, 8-man, something like that. Just something a little different. Just an idea. And we'll kind of wait on Ibushi and Brody. We'll wait a little bit for that 6-man of Brody with the Disciples of Darkness against Ibushi and the Bucks. So obviously we're going to want Doring and Ashino. But we'll also want Pac and Phoenix. So then for the LIJ team, you know, Shingo, Sonata, and we're going to have to do Hiromu, and hopefully Bushi's finally able to work. He is. Perfect. Finally. Finally. So even though it's kind of like Heavyweight Junior, it's not really, you know, because Hiromu, of course, has moved up. But I felt like this was the best 8-man that we could do. I'm going to give him 22 minutes. And, this is a tough question. I mean, that's really who's going to lose, yeah, and is the big thing here. Does Bushi take the fall? I mean, that would make a lot of sense. But part of me is like, you know, Hiromu could beat someone. It's tough. I think we're going to go with Phoenix of beating Bushi. There we go. That's the penciled-in main event for now. As far as what we could do next, I think it's 6-man. You know, we have, as far as what we can do with Bullet Club and Dark Order, because there's that 8-man on the card. We could maybe do something like Kenta, Yujiro, and Ishimori against Evil, one half of Disciples of Darkness and Black Taurus. Just an idea. Yujiro and Taiji Ishimori and Black Taurus. We'll go with Hobbs. Hobbs and then Evil. Not a bad co-main. Kenta will carry it for sure. I don't think would be a good finish here. I think just Evil beating Yujiro. Thinking Hobbs, but I think this is a little bit better. Nice. And then we could do also something with like Jay White and Phantasmo against either, you know, some of the other, you know, having Tankman with, you know, with John Silver. That's an idea. So we could do that. Feel like that's a pretty solid, you know, and it's different, you know. And that's a big opportunity for Calvin Tankman, too. But yeah, Jay White with Phantasmo against John Silver and Calvin Tankman. Can we use... Now they're about to say, can we not use John Silver? And we'll have Bullet Club win this one, as we'll have ELP beat John Silver. We definitely have our mid-card set. We got it locked and loaded. You know, 17 minutes for that. We have that pretty much taken care of. You know, Bullet Club Dark Order is really the idea for this one. Now, for the rest of the card, though, is when things get a little interesting. Because I think I'm going to book Santa de Ora and Samurai del Sol. Have a junior tag match to get Santa de Ora a win here, if we can. So we can have him beat 108. I think that's a fine junior tag match. They've never had a match before. And we can also have this be set to steal the show if we want to, but we'll have Santa de Ora beat Master Wado. Which I'm sure Master Wado's gonna love that. He just keeps on losing, but he's not over. He's not good. He's just... And I just feel like it's not gonna be worth it to really push him. So just kind of stuck. Just kind of stuck being the shits. Yeah, we could have something with Suzuki-gun as well. Maybe Davey Boy with Kanemaru. Just to kind of get them on the card. We could do... I'm trying to think who would be an interesting matchup. You know, we do have the foundation that we've been booking pretty well on New Japan Strong. Fred Yehi with King Mo seems like a, not a bad idea, right? They're not really over, but Davey Boy and Kanemaru are. So at least gets them on this tour, just to kind of see how they would do in Japan. We're going to have Davey Boy beat King Mo, which, not the greatest of decisions, but I think as a whole, it's not terrible or anything like that. So yeah, we need the Technical Masterclass match, though, to be the opener. And, thinking singles match, to be honest. I'm thinking Evan Gento Koben and a junior. Just kind of thinking what junior we could use. We could use Yo, we could use Sho. We can use Caristico. Makabe. Yeah, we got Garcia, too. That could be an interesting match. They're not really over, but... Yeah, Alex Reynolds. Francesco, even. I'm trying to think who we really could use a win to at the same time. Rocky. Rocky can always use a win. We've never done this before, too, so that's... Even though this match is going to go a little bit longer than what it should, it's still going to be a pretty good match. And with Rock being in it, it's not going to get penalized for being, like, not enough pop. Not a bad show. We'll see how it goes. Here is openers of 57, Rocky with 60, 44 for Gento Koben, as the ankle lock for Rocky in 1608. So 51 for David Boy and Yoshinobu Kanemaru against the foundation of King Mo and Fred Yehi. Yep, Fred outperformed Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I figured so. I figured Fred Yehi would do pretty well. Just not over enough, but he'll get there. He'll get there for sure. It's King Mo with the taking the running power slam in 11:38. The 54 for the junior tag match of Santa de Ora and Samurai del Sol, the Golden Dragon, second on 108. Santa de Ora tapping out Master Wado. So 56s across the board here from Samurai del Sol, Santa de Ora, and Ryusuke Taguchi. At least Master Wado's kind of getting in the 30s now, but it's going to be a long, long build, is what that's going to be. Samurai del Sol was physically upset after he was almost injured by a botch move by Ryusuke Taguchi. So 66 for Jay White and El Fantasmo against Calvin Tankman and John Silver. Not a bad match here at all. I mean, Calvin Tankman with a 61, that's great. Jay White with a 71. John Silver outperformed El Fantasmo. It's good signs there. It was El Fantasmo getting the greens from Kenwood Park in 1723. So what happens in the next match? Another 66. Stark Order beating Bullet Club here as Evil pinning Yujiro with Everything is Evil. Kenta with a 6. Oh, actually, Ishimura is the best guy in the match. I'm surprised by that. Ishimura with a 69, 67 for Kenta, 61 for Evil. Hobbs with a 56, 55 for Yujiro, and a 52 for Black Taurus. And a 77 main event, as the 8-man was a success. Task Force Death beat Los Ingobernables de Japón, as Rey Fenix pins Bushi with the Meteor in 22:30. So we got Hiromu, best guy in the match, followed by Ishino, then Pac, And then Shingo and Sonata with 69, 68 for Phoenix. Joe Doring with 65, and a 59 for Bushi, being the worst guy in the match and doing a 59. Not bad at all. What a good little match there. That was good. Yeah, we increased the pop as well. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. As we're going to keep it going. As far as, obviously, the tour, it's about 4 days, and then you have the actual final day for the 5th day. As far as what we want to see next, I think an LIJ Chaos match could make a lot of sense. Alright, day 2. Definitely won't be running back-to-back days in Corkin. Drew London and Tanahashi is brought for Wrestler's Court of accused of not joining the rest of the locker room out. As, the judge, Hiroshi Tanahashi, found him guilty and sentenced by drinks right after the show. As yes, our new young lion, Yuto Nakashima, I completely forgot that he won't, because of this mod, I had to import kind of the newer guys to keep it more up to date, as far as, because obviously nobody could kind of tell the future, because this, mod was made and created in March of 2020, so there's obviously been people that have joined throughout the years, since then, and one of them, Yuto Nakashima, of course, one of the young lions now of New Japan, and I was just like, oh yeah, I should probably check and see if he's entered the world, and he did, so I was a little late. Obviously, he kind of makes his debut, infamously, at Castle Attack, and one of the tour shows of Castle Attack, and he breaks his arm, like 30 seconds in, so hopefully he does a little bit better in this alt timeline here. That'd be great. Oh my god, yeah, I was just thinking, imagine if Okada takes him under his wing. And he absolutely did. We might have a new member of Chaos here, of Yuto Nakashima. That would make a lot of sense. I mean, talk about winning the fucking lottery. Having Okada be your protege. Yeah, and we also have Yasutaku Yano of Pro Wrestling Noah fame, of Pro Wrestling Noah Young Lion. Of course, they didn't sign him once he entered the world, so I was just like, well, fuck it. I'm going to steal him, just like I stole Kento Koben. So yeah, our little young lion class is getting a little bigger. Just felt like it was time, to add in some more young lions. As I think we'll have them wrestle, to be honest, to open up the show here. Even though that will not be a good match, but I'm just kind of curious to see how they do. Yuto Nakashima, and where is Yasutaku Yano? There he is. Yeah, I mean, Yasutaku Yano's got pretty good stats. Which makes sense. He should be a fucking savage. He's someone I'm very high on. Yuto Nakashima, though, oh, that's fucking... I was like, what the fuck? Sucks in between your stats. Okay, so, yeah, we all know the fucking deal. Time limit draw. We'll have it be 10 minutes. Usually, it's supposed to be 15, and, and whatnot, but... We'll make it 10. Ah, fuck it. Might as well make it... Yeah, might as well make it 15. We'll have it be nothing. So we'll just let it be open. I'm looking for the time limit draw. There it is. There we go. So yeah, that's the opener. As far as what I want to see from this night, again, I think an LIJ... Chaos 6-man or even 8-man, I think is a good idea. So I think, as far as what we can do, I think Naito, Hiromu with Bushi against Okada, Ishii, and, we could use Rocky, we could use Francesco, we could kind of use anybody we want. I think we're going to go with Rocky, though. So I'm just curious, Bushi's probably cold, too. Yeah, 54, and Rocky's pop is 50. Yeah, let's give Bushi a win. I feel like that's only right. It's 20 minutes. Bushi over Rocky Romero. I'm just kind of curious if we've done this before. We've done the... Of course, yeah, that was back at the Dominion. We did the 10-man. But we did not do this 6-man. Yeah, I think a Liberty United Empire match could also work out well. Maybe an 8-man. It's like the co-main. Have Zach with, yeah, that's a good question here, because we got to do Zack, and I don't want to use Katsuya Kitamura, so I think we're gonna do the tag champs. I don't think I have them as set as a team. The junior tag champs of Makabe with Gresham. And then also, Lee Moriarty's back, and Lee Moriarty will be joining United Empire. So yeah, this will be his big debut in United Empire. So they'll take on Shelly. So this is where we're kind of, because there's not a whole lot of like juniors we can use. I guess so. Juice out there, and I guess Alexander Hammerstone will be the next guy. Even though he's definitely not, he shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm about to say he definitely shouldn't be a junior. He's jacked as shit. But we're kind of ran out of people. Do we use Hanare instead to help build this matchup a little bit? I think so. This should be. I mean, this should be a pretty good match. There's a lot of good guys involved here. As boy, I mean, Moriarty should get the win to really, solidify himself. So he's going to beat Kaiju Yamato. And United Empire is getting bigger and better. And then also the next show, we could do a 6-man of United Empire, or maybe even an 8-man of the juniors of United Empire, with Moriarty and Gavin McGavin, with Makabe and Gresham against Chaos 8-man team. So obviously Roppongi 3K, or even just show Yo, Francesco Eagles. I think it's a good 8-man there. Yeah, I think that will be the match there. So we got our main. This is kind of a quote-unquote co-main, but I think we can have a better one. Because I think what we can do is I think we'll do the tag of Disciples of Darkness versus the Bucks. So, of course, back at the Tag League, Disciples of Darkness beat the Young Bucks, and of course, at the beginning, the Young Bucks made their title defense against Disciples of Darkness in February. So I just feel like this is a simple match to do. We're gonna give them 23 minutes, and we'll have the Bucks get the win while Nick Jackson beats Will Hobbs. They're gonna win out in the rubber match. So that's the co-main now. That's a solid, just under the co-main. For the rest of the card, I think as far as what we could do, we can do Taurus and Silver, or we could do Silver and Reynolds against Ishimori Phantasmo. I think we're gonna do Ishimori Phantasmo against Reynolds and Silver. I just feel like that makes sense. I'll say we've done this before during the and really Bullet Club have won every single time. I think it'd be nice to see a bit of a change of pace here. And we'll have this steal the show, so we're gonna have Silver beat ELP. Good stuff. And now the match to follow, the Young Lion match. Think we're gonna have tag match of Tenkoji, Satoshi Kojima, Hiroshi Tenzan, against we can always do Connor and Coughlin. Yeah, Connors and Coughlin. We did do this during the New Japan Cup, though. I think it's fine. It's been a month, and it's a tour show. So Kojima will be winning, because obviously he's got some more to prepare for. Or we could make it a 6-man. I'm just kind of, I think we're going to delete this match. We'll make it an 8-man. We'll have the Connors and Coughlin team with Hayata Tamura and Yota Tsuji against the old guard of Great Bash Heels with Tenkoji. Yeah, 14 minutes is fine. But left Kojima beat Yota Tsuji. I am curious. I'm assuming it's oh, yeah, technical masterclass. That's right. We're gonna have it be this. Whoo boy, that might not go well. But fuck it, we gotta do it. It's tradition. The Young Lions debut against each other. A 12, and I forgot to change out a cork and all. But Yasutaka Miyano though with a 26. At least he's not bad, you know, as far as where you're going to start out with. If you're kind of mid-20s, it's a good sign. A little below it might be a little concerning, but he was off his game too. A 50 to get us back onto the good side of things is Makabe, best guy in the match. And it wasn't even close. I mean, Hayao Tamura was the second best guy with a 55 though, but yeah, that was awesome. It was Kojima with the Kojima cutter. The Koji cutter rather, as in 14-10. So yeah, Makabe the 64-55 for Tamura, 50 for Kojima. 46s and 47s for Tenzan and Hanma. 45 for Coughlin and Connors. 44 for Connors. And then, 28 for Yota Tsuji. You see, he's been at it for about a year, and he's still not even in the 30s, so. And Yasutaka Yano's almost surpassing him. That's a good sign for Yasutaka Yano, if he can keep on improving. The 56 for the junior tag match of Phantasmo and Ishimori against Silver and Reynolds. Silver is off his game, but he still outperforms El Phantasmo, and he can get the win there. The Enziguri in 13-17. I really gotta go through his finishers. The Enziguri, it's a fun pop, but we actually have to have him have an actual finish, at the same time. So 63 for the United Empire, Liberty United 8-man, as Zack and the boys get the win, as Lee Moriarty getting the win in his, his debut in United Empire against Kaiju Tamato, which he got a 50. He did the same as Kaiju Tamato. Fucking United Empire, man. That was such a great, as far as the thought process behind them, having the best technical wrestlers from around the world in one group, and it's actually working out really well, because, Lee Moriarty, like, his pop's in the 20s, and he's doing 50s, We see how Makabe's doing. Makabe's not even in the 20s as far as pop-wise. He almost outperformed Alex Shelley. Like, he's really going at it full force. I wish Gresham was a little bit better. But other than that, 2 thumbs up for United Empire for how well they've done. Liberty United, they had some good stuff there. Just, that's a tough team. Tough team in United Empire. But, I think the United Empire, Liberty United story throughout basically the spring and probably going to be into the summer as well should go really well. That was a 62. I was hoping this would be a little bit better, as the Disciples of Darkness take the fall to the Young Bucks, which, I mean, Hobbs and Tankman, they're not that level, but they're just knocking on the door of the Young Bucks level. But Nick Jackson pins Hobbs after the 450 splash in 22:50. I wish I didn't run Cork and all again, but that's okay. Just excited to see how this card was going to go. Wasn't really thinking, but what a main event again, as L.I.J. Chaos, L.I.J. get the win, as Bushi taps out Rocky with the Yashi Road. So yeah, Hiromu and Okada with 84s, which is just awesome. Naito with a 79. 71 for Tomohiro Ishii, 63 for Bushi, and 60 for Rocky Romero. So, I mean, the right decision there. It's crazy that Ishii's, it's also a combination of just how great the other 3 guys are that are above him, but it's just the gap there. It's pretty wide, but it got the crowd interested again for that main event at least. And we increased our pop again. Not sure where we're increasing our pop at, but it's somewhere. I'm assuming it's not Japan. I'm assuming it's somewhere else in the world. But yeah, obviously, the Young Lion match was the shits, but everything else did pretty well. I'm pretty happy about it. Of course, the main event delivering again. So yeah, so for day 3, I think we're going to do that 6-man of Ibushi with the Bucks against Brody and Disciples of Darkness. And then, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do for a 10-man. Because I'm thinking of a big-ass 10-man for that day 4 show. I don't know if I want it to be L.I.J. in Chaos, or maybe even do Dark Order with the Golden Elite with maybe, Tanahashi and someone. Just an idea. Just an idea. It's in the early stages of that. I'm trying to think what else we need to do before we get to. We do have New Japan Strong to book. And yeah, so we'll catch you guys for day 3. So before we get to day 3, there is something kind of interesting going on. So with in the world, as AEW is debuting a new show. It's AEW The Main Event. It's going to be on USA. So gone is Dynamite, as it's going to be on Sundays too, and it's going to be on USA, which is just interesting. It's going to be on the USA Network. I'm assuming NXT is still, or not only in NXT still probably on USA, but also I'm assuming kind of everything else. I'm just kind of curious to see. Is all that? Oh, it's on Fox 8 and WWE Network. Was that before? Maybe I'm thinking that happened actually before the mod started, when NXT was like, fuck it, we're going to fucking USA. It might have been. Yeah, Raw still is. And SmackDown's still on Fox. Yeah, that must have been. Wow, they were having 90-some rating shows. Raw hasn't, though. I love how Main Event's gotten even some 70s in there. Interesting. Yeah, I just wanted to. Felt like that was a fun little tidbit to talk about as far as in the mod. So we could finally get out of Korakuen for this show if we can. As we have kind of ran basically everywhere, though. We'll save that February show for another day. I think we're gonna run Chubu. Either Chubu or Osaka. Yeah, probably Osaka. Probably a good idea. Would probably be a good idea. So yeah, that main event. 6-man of the Bucks with Ibushi versus Disciples of Darkness and Brody Lee. Some have done this before, right? Nope. First time. So I'll have Brody win. Brody's going to beat Matt. There we go. And Matt Jackson a little unhappy about that. Alright. Nick Jackson, you're going to take the fall. Nah, I can't do that. Nah, it's going to be Matt, and he can just piss off. Oh, I guess we can keep him strong. It's no big deal. It's just a tour show. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. So, yeah, and then we'll do the 8-man of all the kind of junior people of Chaos. We can do Show Yo with Francesco and Eagles against Daniel Makabe, Jonathan Gresham, Lee Moriarty, and also joining the fray, as it should be, as far as, I guess it could be Kaiju D'Amato. Oh, no, not Kaiju D'Amato. As I'm trying to, I'm blanking on, Gavin McGavin. That's right. I was blanking on who it was. As, yeah, 16. Good for me. And we're going to have Eagles beat Gavin McGavin. Some Australia versus Australia. As, some Aussie violence. Open slow build. Yeah, man, there we go. But yeah, pretty good match there. Pretty fun little 8-man junior match. Don't think that will be the co-main, but I think that'll be a good match just below the co-main. So for the actual co-main, though, it's interesting. I think as far as what we could do, LIJ with. And I think, we've already done that, though. We've already done the LIJ with Bushi. So I don't want to do that. It's. Maybe do a tag of Phoenix and Pac, even though he's not a junior. Just for this, matchup. Bushi and Hiromu. I'm just kind of. I don't think that's really it. I don't think that's it, Chief. As we'll do something else instead. We'll do Hiromu Bushi against. Yeah, let's do Ishii and Rocky. There we go. Let's say it's a little different. Just a tag match of that match. And we'll have Rocky this time get the win. It's gonna be Bushi. And just keep on going back and forth. Trading fucking pins. Yeah, 19 minutes I think is good for that. That's a pretty good co-main, I think. Because Hiromu will definitely carry it. And I think everything else should do pretty well. So now for the undercard. You know, something as far as maybe Cobb and Juice against Zack and Katsuya Kitamura. Even with the chronic shoulder pain, I think this could be a fun little match. This will have Cobb beat Kitamura. Alright, and now for the actual Steal the Show match. You know, I think as far as a whole, we've kind of built up a lot of stuff already. So maybe, maybe something with, like, Jay White and El Phantasmo again. This time against Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Get a Suzuki-gun Bullet Club match in there just for the fuck of it. It's not going to be great, but it's, it's an interesting little match, and it's a match for El Phantasmo to beat Kanemaru with. And I'd like to get Fred Yehi back out here. I think we'll do Fred Yehi and Kinto Koben, with Fred getting the win. Fred Yehi. Not a bad little match. Fred should do pretty well for himself. Alright. Let's run the show. Yeah, 32. I did 45, 44, so Kinto Koben actually outperformed him. Interesting. As, Fred Yehi, 1609. Get them with the Koji Clutch. 63 for Jay White and El Phantasmo against David Boy Smith Jr. and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. El Phantasmo with the greetings from Cameron Park. 13-19. Yeah, Jay White head and shoulders above everybody else. Makes sense. 69 for Zack and Katsuya Kitamura, who got a 24 thanks to the injury. They lose to Juice and Jeff Cobb. Juice with the 73, Cobb with the 57. Yeah, definitely the right team wins there. The 61. Wow, I'm surprised. I figured something would have clicked in this match, but really it's just Daniel Makabe being the best guy in the match. As Robbie Eagles pinning Gavin McGavin at the pulse drop. Yeah, there's Makabe with a 62 and Gresham with a 54, and it is just a steep hill from there. Because you have Eagles with a 50, and everybody else is under 50. Moriarty with a 49, 47s for Francesco and Yo. Show with a 44, 41 for Gavin McGavin. Right guy to take the fall, Gavin McGavin. The 79 for this matchup. Very shocked by that. I didn't think it'd be anywhere near this good. As Ishii and Rocky beat Hiromu and Bushi. As Rocky pinning Bushi with the Foreign Devil. It is close. Just, Hiromu was 10 points better and Bushi was 1 point better. The wrong team won, for sure, but wanted to give Chaos a win there. 76 for the main, and actually got outperformed by the co-main, which is very interesting, as Dark Order beat the Golden Elite as Brody pinning Matt Jackson with the Brody Bomb. So yeah, Brody, he outperformed Matt Jackson, so it was the right decision. Sabushi with an 80, 73 for Nick, and then 59, 58 for Tankman and Hobbs. Not a bad show. Yeah, again with Kreese and Pop. I don't know how, but keep on doing it. Pretty good show, though. Pretty good show. Just probably should have put this over that, but that's okay. Actually, should have put this way the fuck down there. But that's neither here nor there. I think it was still a pretty good show. Now our final Road 2 show. We've pretty much, we've booked everything we need to. Now we can kind of have some fun. Just kind of throw some guys out there that are not going to be on this final show, just to get them on the tour. I think it's really the bad idea, or that's the the biggest idea for us as far as to get some new blood in there, people that haven't been booked on this tour. So yeah, on to day 4 we go. All right, so yeah, we probably won't run Corkin, of course. It's Kojima passing on tips on selling to Yada tomorrow. Yeah, probably Chubu. That's probably the best bet there. Yeah, 1,200. Works for me. Actually, 1,480. It's where they have the same capacity number. It's different name though. So I'm assuming it's just happenstance. All right. So yeah, for Fina, trying to have a fun kind of match and setting. I think as far as the main event, what it probably should be is I probably LIJ Chaos 6-man or a 10-man rather. And it's yeah, we'll just gotta go through everybody that we can. Naito, Hiromu, Sanada, Shingo, Bushi, Okada, Ishii, Goto, Yano, and then the junior can be Rocky again, because it just seems to always be. Yeah, and we'll have Shingo beat Yano. So really, I've just been booking Yano to just lose just about every match he's been in recently. He hasn't been able to pull off any of his clever tactics. His clever underhanded tactics have not gone his way. I'm just kind of curious, as far as in the past. Well, we've never done this. Alright. Yeah, so, as far as what's next, I do think a Pac Phoenix tag match against, some type of junior tag team. We could do the Golden Dragons. That could work. And we did this at the New Japan Cup, that's right. We did that at the finals. Yeah, maybe not now. Now I'm like, it'd be great, because if we could do a 6-man, we could have used Penta and Caristico, and that match would be fucking awesome, but we can't, obviously. So I think that match is going by the wayside. I think we're going to do a 6-man. We should have done Roppongi 3K of Shoyo and Rocky against United Empire. But I guess we still can do that. Yeah, let's do that, actually. And then have, Gresham, Yaya Makabe, and Lee Moriarty. And, 12 minutes. We'll have Show beat Gresham. Challenger beating the champion. Steal the show. And then we can either use Francesco or... It really doesn't matter, because they're not going to be involved in the finish. Yeah, we'll use Eagles. I think Eagles is a little bit better. Nice. So just, just for shits and gigs, let's have Yoshihashi and Francesco have a match. Trying to think who they could face, and it makes sense. Let's do Toranare and I think it's Shelly. That might be a little. Don't think we need that. Let's do Davey Boy. Actually, let's do Suzuki. Let's do Suzuki and Despy. That makes a little bit more sense. Get Suzuki on the card. Yeah, like 12 minutes. As Suzuki can beat Yoshihashi. Let's see, it's another tag match. We did book Kingston Homicide on Strong. It's been a couple of days, so I think we can have them take on someone. We had them take on Crime Time players, and they won. Kingston is like doing mid-50s and Strong. It's pretty awesome. Trying to think who they could face. And it makes sense, at the same time. Do the Dragon Masters. Wado and Fujinami. Yeah, like 12 minutes, Kingston wins. He beats Fujinami. That's probably going to be better than that match. Another tag match. This time Tanahashi with Yoshida. So we need an established guy. And we could do... I guess we could do Josh. Do Josh with Garcia. I'll say, I think we've done this before. Because we haven't. We can also do Fifthly Time, I guess. Yeah, 18 and maybe a little less than that. Maybe 16. Tana can beat Filthy Tom. Interesting card, to be able to just be like, hey, we've built everything, now we can just kind of throw anything and everything out there on this card. Certainly a choice, as, I feel like that's going to be better, though. Actually, it's not actually, he'll be fine. I can go there. So we need something as far as, this can now get bumped as the opener, I guess. I mean, it being a technical match class, it should go over pretty well, actually. Relatively. Suzuki's in it, but everything else. So yeah, we just need a better co-main. Let's see here. What we can do. There's the Bucks. The Bucks haven't really done anything besides, with Dark Order, so maybe something a little different there. But then, I don't think that's gonna work. We haven't used Tai Chi at all. Let's see what else we can use. Yeah, because, I mean, really, Suzuki Gun is really the only team that hasn't really been used a whole lot this tour. And that's fine. That's kind of by design, to be fair. Yeah, we could do. That'd kind of be fun to do during Phoenix. Maybe, I don't think that's going to work. Miro, we had him main event the Strong taping. He just squashed Simon Grimm. He's kind of in a tough spot because you can't really do anything else with him. Yeah, we got the Mexa Blood team in there, too, they haven't used. Yeah, maybe. Because Flamita, I think, still hurt. No, he's not hurt. Never mind. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, went over Flamita. Now, the junior team. No, that's not gonna work either. I'm just kind of torn on what I want this main event, this co-main to be, because I want it to be like an actually good co-main at the same time. Don't want to overdo it. Because I think Jay White can't, with Hikuleu, just to get Hikuleu out there. And then, Evil, Tankman, and, Hobbs. There we go. A little different. and it should be carried, you know, as far as that goes, and we'll have Hobbs beat Hikuleu. There we go. Finally, something I can agree with that can be a solid little co-main. There we go. Alright. We got the card set. So I wanna... Yeah, that's right. We picked the card. Or we picked the venue. Jesus. Let's go. Let's run the show. 51 for the opener. Yeah, I mean, this could have been a lot worse, but we've had plenty of worse openers on this tour. So well, it's nice to have a 51 as the opener. Suzuki with the reverse DDT backbreaker. It's a 55 for Suzuki, 44 for Despy, 38 for Francesco, and 28 for Yoshihashi. 40, wow, as Master Wato and Liana Fujinami lose to the Strong Style Riders, as Kingston with the sliding D. 11:53. Almost in the 60s for Eddie Kingston. It's awesome. Fujinami with a 52. Yeah, right decision. Right decision for sure. Thanks a lot, Master Wato. Fujinami can blame him for that. As a 62 for Tanahashi and Yoshida against Filthy Tom and Garcia. As Yoshida, thanks to the excellent chemistry boost, outperforms Filthy Tom and Daniel Garcia. It's Tanahashi with a Texas Cloverleaf in 16:20. It was a 61 for the the junior six-man team of United Empire. Gresham, Makabe, and Lee Moriarty against Chaos of Shoyo and Rocky Romero. Roppongi 3K to be exact. This is Gresham taking the shock arrow in 12:15. Makabe with a 62, Rocky with a 60, Gresham with a 53, 50s for Sho and Yo, and 49 for Lee Moriarty. That's 69 for the co-main, as Dark Order beat Bullet Club, and Hams pinning Hikuleu with the Order of Business. Damn it, now 68 for Kenta and Jay White, 62 rather for Evil too. 58 for Tankman and a 57 for Hobbs and 42 for Hikuleu. So yeah, I mean, they have a lot of star power, but they don't have, you know, that third guy's bringing them down. That's kind of the psychology of that one. Main event's an 81, Jesus Christ. The 10-man tag delivers in a big way as Shingo pinning Yano, the last of the Dragon, in 2023. Kata and Hiromu with 83s, 76 for Naito, 71 for Shingo, 70 for Sanada and Ishii, and a 62 for Bushi. Then went into the 50s of Yano with a 59, 57 for Kodo, and 53 for Eagle. So yeah, Rocky would have made the match a little bit better, but at the same time, you could also throw anybody out there at that point because it's in the same breath, 60-53. It's only 7-point difference. Yeah, I think it definitely delivered, though, in a big, big way. Pretty good tour. You know, we increased our pop in all the tour shows. Not bad at all. Not a bad show. That should have been the opener, I guess, but who would have guessed it? I don't, you know, the pop, it must have been Master Wato. Might have been actually some of the Strong Style Riders guys, too, at the same time, but yeah, so that is the tour. That is in the books. And now for the actual final show, which we gotta take a pause for the cause and add all that to the show. You know, add it to the pre-booking page, and then we'll be able to run the show, and that'll be it for episode 20. Sakura Genesis live from the Tokyo Dome. I'll take it. As, yeah, of course, Cablevision. Not that it's a huge improvement, but you never fucking know. Any little bit helps. As we got backstage incident. Shibata passing on tips. Microphone work to his protege Kendo. Awesome. So yeah, last year's Sakura Genesis was at the Siam Super Arena. Got a 74 show rating. We'll see if we can beat it. I got a good feeling we will, but you never really know. Tokyo Dome is going to be a sellout. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely more. Definitely a sellout. Hell yeah. Alright. So, you know, without wasting any time here. Main event, Brody Lee, Kota Ibushi, heavyweight title matchup. Kota Ibushi will be retaining his title. That's a, you know, no surprise to no one. We'll have Red Shoes ref that one, though. Awesome. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. As, the co-main, Rey Fenix, Pac. Pac will retain. And, yeah, I mean, you know, Pac, he keeps it rolling. And this will be the third time Rey Fenix has challenged for the title. He comes up short. Again. Poor Rey Fenix. Can't quite figure it out. He can't get the big one. And then the tag title matchup of Task Force Death, Joe Doring and Shito Ashino against Sanada and Shingo. And we have new IWGP Tag Team Champions yet again, as Sanada and Shingo's reign falls short. As, yeah, this will be now, I mean, the amount of champions we've had. Just it was crazy how we went from basically having from May to January, the reign of the Chaotic Pitbulls, but now from January to February, and now February to April, we've had the titles change hands, and at least there's been a successful defense each time. It's just kind of crazy after going on that long run. Now Shotaro Ashino and Joe Doring are the new tag team champions. Task Force Death having the junior heavyweight and the tag team titles as a big get for them, as Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi taking on Chaos of Kazuchika Okada and Tomohiro Ishii, as Naito will be beating Ishii. And that's a fun match, though. That's a sleeper for being the best match on the show, to be honest. This has a lot of potential. That could be a lot of fun. Then the next match, which I believe, if memory serves me right, I believe it's the 6-man. Yeah, it's the number 6-man, which United Empire, Liberty United. And instead of having Katsuya Kitamura on there, we're going to have Lee Moriarty instead, which United Empire will be taking the fall, as Alex Shelley will be pinning Gavin McGavin, or tapping them out, I'm sure, with the Border City stretch, retaining their belts. Now the junior heavyweight tag title matchup of Roppongi 3K versus United Empire of Makabe and Gresham, as Makabe will be getting the win, and except for Steal the Show, doesn't matter who pins who, as far as it's Makabe over Show or Makabe over Yo. Either way, as the show's a little upset, so looks like it's going to be Yo taking the fall. There we go. Politicking piece of shit as the 8-man, second match on the card. Bullet Club Dark Order. Bullet Club will be getting the win, as Jay White's going to pin Evil, too. That's a big-time win. Tough loss for Dark Order. They're a tough night for Dark Order, coming up 0 for 2. And then the Heiau Tamura Trial Series, as the 4th match in the Trial Series, as Kojima will be beating Heiau Tamura. They've had some matches in the past, back in May of 2020. Their match was a 54. And I don't think they've had a singles match since then, which is pretty crazy. Almost a year in the making. We'll see how that goes. As, that's the main show. Now for the pre-show. Again, it's crazy. Hiroshi Tanahashi's on this card again. Tanahashi's not on it. As I think we'll have him and Yoshida against Suzuki and Despy. I think that's a fair match. And we're going to have Tanahashi beat Suzuki. Yeah, this is definitely, this would be aired, on New Japan World. We'll be showing the pre-show. That's crazy. Tanahashi and Suzuki in the Dome. And Suzuki's pissed. Maybe not. Maybe just have Despy take the fall. We don't need Suzuki getting pissed for a fucking pre-show match. And then the next match, we keep it as a tag. Let's do Connors and Coughlin. Are they finally at a Young Lions stage? Nope, they still are. Against the team of Yuta Nakashima and Yasutaka Yano. Now, because they have experience and they're the older young lion of the fray, they can actually pin them, and it won't really hurt their shit, but we'll have Clark Connors get the win. He's going to beat Yuto. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are not on this card, and that's kind of the curse of having only an 8-match card. But again, I want to keep to what New Japan does. They only have 8-match cards. But yeah, we'll just kind of look and see who's not on this card. Josh Alexander's done really well recently. Miro, Neverboy champion, not on the card. The former junior tag champs, Samurai del Sol and Sensei Ora on the card. A lot of good guys are not on this card. Goda's on the card. Yeah, Kingston's not either. Yeah. Fale's, I just kind of waiting him out. I thought we're just waiting it out for his contract. Hopefully it comes sooner rather than later so he can be gone. And yeah, that's the card. Let's see how it goes. Without further ado, here it's a 42 for the first of the two pre-show matches. Connors pinning Yuta Nakashima, 12-21, and a sold-out Tokyo Dome. And then you see Yuta Nakashima's going to do it 25, and Yasutaka Yano's going to do it 26. Not bad, not bad. Yep, this definitely could have been on the main card. As Tanahashi and Hayata Yoshida against Suzuki and Despy. Tanahashi pinning El Desperado with the high fly flow in 15:35. Tanahashi with an 86. That's fucking crazy. It's not a good sign for me as a booker that it's just like I can't figure anything out for him. This time will come, I'm sure. As the trial match series, the fourth of the trial series, Hayato Tamura outperforms Satoshi Kojima, but he's still taking the Koji Cutter in 15:47-46 for Tamura and Satoshi Kojima there. 70 for the Bullet Club Dark Order 8-man. As Jay White pins Evil with the Blade Runner. Yeah, I mean, 78 for Kenta, 71 for Ishimori. Jay White outperformed Evil. Though I think the right team won, for sure. I felt like Bullet Club should have won that one, and I stand by it. Even though Jay White was off his game, he still outperforms Evil, and all's well. All is well. Yujiro just slightly getting outperformed by Hobbs and Tankman too, which is funny enough. Yujiro would be like in the 20s, 9 times out of 10. I don't understand why in this mod he is so good. But the junior tag title matchups is a 68. Makabe taps out Yo in 14:24. As Makabe and Gresham make their first defense as the junior heavyweight tag team champions. They outperformed the other team too. They did pretty well. 64-62. 54-53, not bad at all. Got the crowd buzzing as well, and this match gets the crowd hotter. This never-avoid 6-man title matchup. As Alex Shelley and Super Island Destroyers of Liberty United make their first defense for the never-avoid 6-man titles. Shelley pinning Gavin McGavin with the underarm snapped STO. So he didn't win the Border City stretch. But yeah, Zach with an 84 carrying this fucking match. Putting the United Empire on his fucking shoulders and dragging them to this good match. But Shelley with a 73, 62 for Nare, 59 for Jeff Cobb, and then 54 for Moriarty, 46 for Gavin McGavin. Which is not great. And 84 for this banger of a match here, as Naito and Hiromu, 10 out of 10 on their, team with excellent chemistry in 96 and 86. As far as the ratings there, Okada with a 94, 81 for Ishii. That's crazy, he's the worst guy in the match. He got an 81. Yeah, what a match. Sucks that the announcing was weak from Shinpei Nogami and Jushin Thunder Liger, because this would have been way and above. This would have been way in the 80s. 87 for the tag title matchup, as Shotaro Ashino pins out the T-Bone, and we have new tag team champions in Shotaro Ashino and Joe Doring, which you see there. Shotaro Ashino with an 89. That's fucking crazy. That's a big-time performance. Joe Doring, 71. He got outperformed by everybody else, but obviously with Shotaro Ashino with an 89. Fucking full sail ahead for Task Force Death there. It's a big win. Big-time win. It's a 78 for the co-main. Yeah, that's a tough match to follow, but at the same time, I felt like Pac and Phoenix could do it, but they don't click. Made for an awkward bout. Who would have guessed it? That they couldn't click. But Pac making his third defense of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. He gets the win with the 450 splash in 24-13. Main event time, and it's an 80. It's Kota Ibushi with a 92, making his second defense of the IWGP Heavyweight title. And 32-56 gets the win with the Phoenix splash. Lack of psychology. That kind of makes sense. But Brody with a 70, though, that's awesome. Just Kota Ibushi's the man. Now, there's a lot of great ratings on this card. We're really getting into our stride now. You can really tell. It's been a year, and we have a lot of guys that are in the high 80s, low 90s, which is just awesome to see. Awesome to see. We increased our pop in 9 regions. We would have gained it in all the regions in America, but couldn't do it. A lot of places we could have also won region in Japan. But yeah, definitely a better show than last year's Sakura Genesis. But yeah, that was just crazy. Our tag division is really showing out, with Doring and Ashino being the best thing on the card. But yeah, I mean, Bushi and Brody was a lot of fun to do. Yeah, I mean, this probably should have been on the card. Tanahashi and Yoshida against Suzuki and Despy. Definitely could have made it on the card for sure. That's okay though. That's all right. We're making it work. As far as who to put over here, I mean, Shotaro Ashino. First of all, what a fucking performance. He's getting some love. We could give some love to Kota Ibushi. I don't see why not. And then probably, I mean, there was a lot of great ratings from Hiromu and Kazuchika Okada. Like there was great stuff all across the board. But I think as far as just to give them some love, I think Hiroshi Tanahashi could use it. So yeah, hell of a show though. Hell of a Sakura Genesis. As thank you all for watching. And yeah, now it's time for the longest tour of the year besides the G1 in this fucking Wrestling Duntaku tour. For those who don't remember from last year, we're gonna have the Wrestling Tatsumi no Kuni show. We're also gonna do Wrestling Duntaku's nights 1 and 2. And I think the tour as a whole, I think it's like 8 days, 9 days. It's a good bit of days. I know that much. WrestleMania 37 happened. It's 50,000. We almost outperformed WrestleMania. They had a pretty good, Cena and Nakamura, the Universal title. Orton and Bryan. Fucking Bryan losing. AJ and Braun. Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, that'd be a fun match, actually. I don't think they've ever done that singles-wise. That'd be a really good match. It makes sense, that kind of 94. Triple H still a fucking champ. What a four-way. That's, who took the fall there? That's, just Triple H getting the win. what a disaster. Samoa Joe and The Undertaker against The Fiend and Drew McIntyre? What a fucking match that is. Can't believe Xavier Woods beat Bobby Lashley, too. What an interesting WrestleMania. And the Dolphin. Jesus. Shane McMahon and the Singh brothers against Mustafa Ali and the Usos. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. My God, this WrestleMania keeps on going. Morrison and Aleister Black for the 24/7 title. My God. Could have had a birthday. Is that a... They had Abyss and Cain Velasquez in the pre-show, and they had him as Chris Parks? What in the world? I would die. A prime Abyss against Cain Velasquez, that'd be a fun-ass match. Thank you all for watching, as we'll catch you guys next time for the Wrestling Duntaku tour. Take care, everyone.